Hello, my loves. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. I hope that you all are well. I hope that you love on yourself and someone else today. For those of you who are new here, I am Shawnee the Sage. I am a spiritual counselor and healer, okay? And I use mindfulness, magic, and metaphysics to help you transform and change your life. And I also share my testimony of how these things have changed my life with you. So today we are going to talk about the fact that you are enough. Um, I have been very quiet lately. I've been busy. I've been going through a lot of changes and transitions. And it's all good things, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like I needed to kind of protect myself and cloak for a little minute. Um, I still feel like I'm in a season where I need to cloak myself, but I'm going to give you guys this because Spirit put it on my heart to do so. Um, the spiritual community has become very watered down in a lot of ways, but I think it's great that more people are tapping into spirit because everything begins with spirit, okay? And I don't really care what you believe in. What you believe in is your prerogative. I don't care like who you view God as or what you want to call that. That's between you and God. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can have all the crystals, all the deities in the world. You can do all the ancestral veneration in the world. But until you deal with yourself and surrender to the God in you, you will be stuck. And you have to be very honest with yourself about whether you are doing that or not. And you will have seasons where you do that well and seasons where you fall out of alignment. That is just the nature of our lives as humans and the nature of reality. You know what I'm saying? But you have to remember that it's always you and God, or you and the God in you, however you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you are enough. God called you here for a purpose. God put a vision, an intention, a drive in your heart for something. And you keep thinking that you need all of these worldly validations and credentials and qualifications to show up and share what God gave to you. And you don't. You simply showing up and being you, being the thing that God called you to be, showing up as the God in you is enough. You are enough just on your own. And sometimes you have to go into a space where it's just you and God. You have to quiet the noise. You have to close out the extra stuff. And it's you and God. It's you and the God in you. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you remember, you know what? I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of support. I am worthy of my visions being realized. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of joy. And you know what? I choose these things. And I choose to embody the energy that I need to embody to create and facilitate these things in my life. And also because I am surrendering to the God in me, I understand that my reality is a reflection of the way that I feel about myself at any and all given times. So what does that say? That says sometimes collective things are going to happen that are outside of my control, but if I can control it and I don't like it, I'm going to change it. And if I can't control it, then I have to let it go. Because if I'm focused on things that I cannot control, like the way that other people receive me, the consistency in which they show up for me, the frequency at which they decide to change, or not frequency, but the speed at which they change and grow and transform, the frequency in which they decide to be a part of whatever it is that I have going on. I can't control that. But what I can control is my gift. I can just show up and give it, and and not only that, but another layer to this is not everything has to be transactional. Because of the society that we live in, we've become very capitalistic, very consumerist. And don't get me wrong, I have a spiritual business, so I'm not saying that we don't need to worry about paying our spiritualists, because baby, yes, we need to be paid, absolutely. But I'm saying for us as healers and spiritual workers, we need to understand that our work is not about the transaction. And as soon as we start leading with the transactional mindset, and we start doing things and thinking of things and connecting things and helping people and putting things out for specific results or for specific income, we have done ourselves a disservice, because it's not about the money. It's about the impact. And if you show up and you do what you're supposed to do, you do what God called you to do, you show up and you show great discernment, you give yourself and the people around you the grace that is required to navigate effectively, the money will come. The money will come so long as you are in the flow and embodiment. The money will come, the support will come, the community will come, but you have to show up as if it is already there, as if it already exists, because it does. It exists within you, and now you're bringing it out. And guess what? Sometimes it takes time, but you have to be willing to be diligent about moving through the process in the time that it takes. You can't just retreat because the transaction did not go as you wanted it to go. You have to just show up still as the God in you. You have to embody the person that you are looking to become. You have to lean into the gift that you're looking to give from your heart. God gave me a great gift of intuition and insight. As much as I try to get away from doing readings, every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back, telling me I need you in my. Every time I try to go, something keep telling me that everything's gonna be all right. Do y'all hear me? Every time, because I've told myself time and time again, man, I don't even want to do readings no more. It's draining. People don't want to change. They don't want to grow. They just want a quick fix. I am not that. I am here to help you actually transform. Yes to all of that. But also, I'm going to have to tap into that energy and read you, baby, because we got to get to the root cause of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And even when I'm not trying to walk with that hat and be in that role, somehow I end up there. I end up being the advisor, the counselor, the transformer. It's in me. You know what I'm saying? It's not on me, it's in me. I can't get away from it if I tried. And that's how I know it's purpose. You know what I'm saying? But it's now I'm in a season where I'm redirecting my purpose in a way that I don't have to operate my gifts out of survival mode. I don't have to worry about being transactional. I don't have to worry about taking on clients that I don't want to take on, or taking on people who don't want to do the work and don't want to change. I don't have to do it. So it's just like, you have to put yourself into a position where you're not operating your gifts out of survival mode, one, but two, not everything is transactional. You have to share just to share. You have to advise just to advise. You have to give just to give. Like, just keep showing up, like, as if it already exists. Sometimes I talk to myself and I tell myself, girl, you need to go turn on the survive. We need money to live in this society. But guess what? If you allow money to rule your life, if you allow your desires to rule your life, then you will lose purpose, you will lose intention, and you will lose yourself every single time. Every single time. You have to be ruled by intention, okay? You have to be ruled by intention. You cannot allow your desires to determine who you will be and what you will do. Because if you are driven by desire, then guess what? You might do something that is really not of you to obtain said desires. You need to be driven by intention over desire. And that comes with understanding that you are enough. That comes with understanding that you don't need to compromise yourself, compromise your morals, compromise your values, compromise your integrity, compromise your boundaries for anyone or anything, especially not for money. Because every time you do that, you are devaluing yourself. And then what do you think that tells the universe about what you want and what you will have? What do you think that says? And then you wonder why it's a quick fix, it's a quick boom, and then you're right back scraping and scrounging and hustling and pulling. It's because you're not leaning into the intention. When I started my business, my intention was to help people master themselves and transform their lives. That's what I wanted to do, because I understand that everything begins in spirit, and if you can just get to the root and redirect the vibration of the spiritual energy, the mind will change, and then the reality will change as well. I mastered this energy, and I repeated the process multiple times over in my life, and I began waking up in answered prayer after answered prayer after answered prayer. Now, does that mean my life is perfect? No, it's not at all. You know, I go through shit just like everybody else. But when I'm in a manifestation mode and I have my intention set on something, I know what to do to get it done. It's not by chance, it is by design. And it may appear as though it's by chance because of how things flow, but it's by design in that I have to lead with faith. I have to lead with belief. I have to lead with intention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be up here saying I want to help people transform and lean into self-mastery, but then every time it's time for me to say or share information, I don't want to share it unless I'm getting a coin. Every time Spirit put a message on my heart, I don't want to say it unless I'm getting a coin. You know what I'm saying? Every time I have a testimony and I've made it through something, share unless it's gonna come with validation and community. You know, like, that's not the intention. Those are perks of what could happen, but that's not the intention. The intention is for somebody to hear what I'm saying and be like, yes, I feel that. I needed to hear that. And now it put me into a space that I needed to be in today to keep going, to lift myself up, to move back into my routine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the intention. That's the intention of today. Just today right now. So I'm saying all of this to y'all just to say, like, you are enough. You and the God in you are enough. You don't need no crystals. You don't need to be connected to no deities. You don't need to do 11 different ancestral rituals and rituals on every new moon and full moon and all of that. Like, yes, you can do those things. Yes, you absolutely can. But in reality, you don't have to. You are the ritual. You are the candle. You are the crystal. You are the water. You have all of those elements within your body. Okay? Like, all you need is an intention, a declaration, and faith. That's it. That's all you need. That right there is enough. That right there, along with your passion, your vision, your drive, your dedication, is enough. That's all you need. So don't ever put yourself into a position where you feel like, I need all of these things, and because I don't have all of these things, my manifestations are not coming through. Because I don't have all of these things, I can't show up and do what I need to do. Because I don't have I can't speak. Because I don't feel because I don't look Baby, it don't matter. It does not matter. Okay? Perfect example of that is these influencers. Some of these people look a mess. But they get online every day. They show their selves looking a mess. They show their lives looking a mess. And they are blessed and highly favored for it, baby. Even if people are laughing with them or at them, they're blessed and highly favored for it. Okay? And I'm not saying that, their lives are perfect or that everything is fine. Some of them, I'm sure, have some deep-seated issues going on that they need to deal with. But the whole point that I'm making is they show up as themselves because they believe that they are enough, and they get paid for being authentically themselves every single day on social media. And it don't matter what they look like. It don't matter what credentials they have. It don't matter if their life is a mess or if they're insane or not. They just show up because their intention is to be seen and to get money from being seen. To build an audience and create some revenue off of that audience. That is their intention. So they're going to show up and do it regardless of what it looks like. And regardless of whether they started with 5 people and then those 5 turned into 50 and those 50 turned into 500 and then those 500 turned into 5,000. Regardless to how it looks, that's what they're going to do. That's a perfect example of it. And y'all know some of these people, some of us feel like they don't have no business being online doing the things that they doing. But they doing it. And they don't care what we think because their intention is to get the money and be seen. And they're doing that. My intention is to help Black women between the ages of probably about 25 to about 45 who are spiritually inclined, who are leaders, overachievers, overcomers, to help them get out of their heads and into their bodies, to help them get unstuck and into momentum, to help them transform their relationships, the relationship with themselves so that they can transform the relationships in their lives, and to help them embody the power and the presence that they know is inside them. They just feel like they are right there and they don't have access to. That's what I do. That's what I'm good at. That's what I love. That's the intention. It's to help them heal, help them get to know themselves, help them regulate their nervous systems such that they can self-regulate enough that they are not being led by wayward thoughts and wayward emotions that no longer serve them. You know what I mean? Helping them get their mind back to a place where it's working for them and not against them. That is what I do. That is the intention. So if that's my intention, I can't say, well, I ain't gonna be able to help y'all until 10 people join the live. I ain't gonna be able to help y'all until somebody send a super chat. I ain't gonna be able to help y'all until, you know what I'm saying? Until I do this ritual and, you know, I get to the next level. Like, I ain't gonna be able to help y'all until I plan out this and that. Like, I can't do that. I have to be willing to embody who I know I am as I am. Because I am enough. And I want you to know that you are enough. But you have to start embodying who you are as you are, so that you can get out of that place. Okay? So you can get out of that place of being stuck. So you can get out of that place of feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you have all the ideas, all of the things. You have all of the things, but you're not doing nothing with it. Why? Because you don't feel like you're good enough. Because you're scared. Because you know that once you open that door and walk through it, you got to stand in it. And you don't know if you're ready to stand. And I'm telling you, you're ready. You got it. Just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Just do the thing. Just show up with the intention. Maybe your intention is to be a better lover. You can't say, I'm going to be a better lover if my person does X, Y, Z. If my person does A, B, C. If you're going to be a better lover, then be a better lover because you want to be a better lover, and that's what your spirit told you to do. And you have the emotional intelligence and wherewithal to do it, no matter what the other person is doing or not doing. You are enough. You showing up as the change that you want to see in your own life is enough. You relying on the God in you to lead, direct, and guide you is enough. You don't need anything else. Yes, it's great to have tools. Yes, it's great to do ritual. Yes, it's beautiful to build relationship with and venerate your ancestors. Absolutely, yes. Yes, it's beautiful to tap into the moon cycles and know what seeds to plant when and when to expect what harvest. Because you not only do you know that it's a new moon and a full moon, but you know what that sign represents. You know what house it's hitting in your birth chart at this time, and you know how it's going to impact you. And so you're taking advantage of that energy because it's something that you need. Yes. But too many of y'all, too many of us, and when I say us, I mean spiritualists and spiritual practitioners and healers. And when I say y'all, I mean the clients and the collective. Too many. It's almost as if we feel like we're just one ritual away. One ritual away, one qualification and credential away, one viral video away, one, like, one reading away, one spiritual cleansing away, one, you know what I mean? And that's just not, it's never that simple. It's never as simple as one ritual, one cleansing, one, like, yes, you can do that and it will be effective. Yes, I'm not saying that you can't be a one and done with that. Yes, you absolutely can. Absolutely can. I'm saying until you deal with the root of the issue, face yourself, surrender to the God in you, because the God in you is not going to let your ego take over and be transactional. The God in you is not going to let your ego take over and be petty. The God in you is not going to let your ego take over and do things that are outside of your moral compass to please others or facilitate desires that you could have had without doing that. The God in you is not going to let you do that. So you have to surrender to that energy to protect yourself as you embody and show up and be the change that you want to see in your own life. But it starts with the understanding and the knowing and the belief and the faith that you are enough. You are enough, period. Everything starts with you. If you focus on yourself, focus on self-mastery, focus on building a real relationship with God and with nature, baby, I'm telling you, your life is going to change just with that alone. But it's a process, and you have to know and believe that you are enough, okay? You have to. It's not even an option to not. You have to. Now, I'm going to pull a postcard from Spirit for us, and I'm going to get on up out of here because I got some things to do. But I want you to know that you are enough, okay? You are love. You as a being are love. Even if you don't feel like you have love around you, you are love. So as long as you are love, that means you have love, okay? Period. You are love, so love on yourself. And if you feel like your cup is full enough, baby, pour some of that love onto somebody else. Go compliment somebody today. Be kind just simply because it's good for the heart. We need to get back to living from our hearts. We have gotten way too transactional as a society. We've gotten too cold, too disconnected. Everything is about what I can get from you, what you can get from me. I don't know about y'all, but me, the season that I'm moving into, I'm not doing that. We're moving into deeper into the age of Aquarius. It's time for us to be community. It's time for us to just be kind to be kind. It's time for us to love on each other just to love on each other. It's time for us to help pull each other up just to help pull each other up. And be genuine about it. It's time for us just to share, just to share. You know, it's time for us to be authentic and show what we know, you know, by living it and being it and displaying it instead of just talking about it. Y'all know I preach that all day, and y'all have seen me. So, all right. It says, dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary, delegate responsibility to another, ask for your needs to be met, and when faced with an impossible situation or sticky enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. And it is not my job to cure it. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. And it is not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so, so much. That was right on point with the message that I'm giving, because at the end of the day, you can't do all the work. You can't fix everything for everyone. You can only do the work and fix things for yourself. Your value is determined by the way that you show up in your own life, as well as the way in which you show up for others. But if you are constantly allowing your value to be determined by the ways in which you show up for others, and you neglect to show up for yourself, nobody's going to treat you like you have any value anyway, because you're not treating yourself like you have value. That's number one, okay? 2, you never need to conform to what others expect of you when you know that you're enough. You never have to choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome when you know that you're enough and you know that your intentions are pure. You're okay to be temporarily uncomfortable and do something different when you have faith and you know that your intention is pure and you are enough. Okay? It's easy to set boundaries when you feel like you are worthy of doing so. It's easy to delegate when you feel like you are worthy of doing so, because you understand that just because you can carry the load don't mean that you have to. And you are enough to ask for help. You are enough to delegate responsibility to somebody else. You are enough for your needs to be met. Okay? And as I mentioned, you got to focus on what you can control, baby. If you didn't cause it, you can't control it, and it's not your job to cure it. So focus on what you did cause and what you can control and what you can cure, instead of putting so much energy into what you cannot. Because what is that going to get you except anxiety, frustration, and stagnancy? It don't make sense. Okay? You are enough. I want you to go right now today, look yourself in the mirror and say, I surrender to the God in me, and I accept and fully embrace the fact that I am enough. I am whole. I am wise. I am loved. I am loved. I am free. I am healthy. I am happy. Okay? Go in the mirror, recite those affirmations, and then go about the rest of your day showing up like you know you're enough for your manifestations to come through. You know you're enough for people to show up for you in the way that you want them to. You know that you're enough to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, to go the places that you want to go, to see the things that you want to see. You need to walk around like that. Don't just talk about it. Don't just think about it. Don't just dream about it. You need to walk around like that. Embody that energy. And then eventually, you'll be looking out at what you was looking for. Okay? Y'all have a good day. And like A-Tab say, if you can't have a good day, don't you go messing up nobody else's. Love y'all. Bye.